Chapter 1, Lesson 7, Quick Review, will be Computing in Scientific Notation. So go ahead, here are the three big examples. If you're able to do these three, you would probably do this entire lesson. I want you to evaluate each expression and make sure that your final answer is in scientific notation. Go ahead and hit pause. So the first one's all about multiplying in scientific notation. Multiplying in scientific notation is a lot like when we multiply exponents. What I do first is I'm going to rearrange it. Same exact problem, just rearrange. So now I've got the 5, the 6, and I've got the 10 to the 6th and the 10 to the 4th. Now I can just simplify each set of parentheses. 5 times 6 is 30, and I know over here, if I have the same base, I'm multiplying, and I have different exponents, I can just add the exponents. So that gives me with 30 times 10 to the 10th. A lot of people leave their final answer there, but remember, in scientific notation, we have to have one and only one number before the decimal. So I move the decimal back one, which makes this smaller, which means this has to get bigger to compensate. 3.0 times 10 to the 11th. The next one was all about dividing in scientific notation. First thing I do is I write it like a fraction, because a fraction really is just a division problem. So I write it just like this. And then I can split it up into two different parts so they're more easily manageable. I take the 8 divided by 2, and I multiply it by the 10 to the 12th divided by 10 to the 5th. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now when I'm dividing powers that have the same base but different exponents, I can just subtract them. And I know 12 minus 5 is 7, so my final answer is 4 times 10 to the power of 7. Adding and subtracting in scientific notation are a little trickier. The first step is to make sure that our power, that our exponents are the same. And we can see right there they're not. So I just picked that I wanted to make them both times 10 to the 6th. You could have just as easy picked them both to be times 10 to the 8th and it would have came out the same. You just have to pick one. So in order for this to go down 2, I know I need to move the decimal 2 to the right, which would give me 630. I didn't have to do anything over here. It already was times 10 to the 6th. That's why I picked it. So now I'm left with 630 times 10 to the 6th plus 4.2 times 10 to the 6th. We learned distributive before, and if we have the same power being multiplied to both, we can just put the parentheses over here and multiply them both out here. So now I can simplify 630 plus 4.2 real quick. 634.2 times 10 to the 6th comes straight down. And again, just like in the other problem, we can have one and only one number before the decimal. So I moved it back twice there, which really made it 2 spots smaller. So this needs to be 2 bigger to compensate. We're left with 6.342 times 10 to the 8th. If you're able to do those, you are able to add, subtract, multiply, and divide in scientific notation. That's it.